And so Mike went up and then I went up. That's the story. Hi, people. Well, I'll explain more later, but wow.
Oh.
Wow. There wasn't actually enough of this to get through whatever that was.
What is that, Tim?
Yeah, tonight I'm drinking Did We Just Become Best Buddy Buddy? And if we're talking about that last story, no, we didn't. This is a triple IPA. It's 10%. I'm going to drink a lot of them because it's a 3-day weekend. And I don't know. It's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm getting drunk.
There we go.
Yeah. Pop one open. We're going to be talking a bunch of different shit that's been going on in the entertainment world. Kev, you want to count us down? Let's get this fucking thing going.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Seems to me that your Wing Chun fist is the fastest.
Wi-Fi back paw.
Let's see whose fists are the fastest. Yours or mine?
Sampan Jones.
If you laugh, by then,
Or Fungole.
Hello and welcome to Films on Tap, broadcasting live on Friday nights from 9 to 10:30 right here on govsradio.com. Or search for Govs Radio using the Boxcast app on your phone, tablet, or TV streaming device. Music for our shows is from our featured band Playing Dead. Search for them on Spotify to listen to their entire catalog and check them out on Facebook to see their upcoming shows. Links to Playing Dead and more can always be found on our website, filmsontappodcast.com. Get even more by subscribing to Films on Tap with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for additional content. So grab a drink and settle in for tonight's show with Tim Saliani, Carla Okerson, Kevin Scott, and Jim Travitt. And as always, the host of our show, Chris. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is another episode of Films on Tap. Chris isn't here. He's having a lot of fun, I believe. Hasn't died yet. Should be back next week, hopefully. We have a Memorial Day weekend show, which means no one's prepared. And I found out that I was going to lead it about 10 seconds ago. How is everybody doing?
We're doing Kev.
You got to be able. Listen, you got to be able to Frisco kid it, Kev. Like you got to be able to dance.
Really, that's too easy. Way too easy.
Fair.
There's been a lot of cool shit that's happened this past week or so in the entertainment world. I think Cobra Kai season 4 is my ultimate highlight.
You made honestly, my day. You made my day.
I really haven't thought of anything else since then. My fucking brain's been on that, which is why I did that ad. I think the show risks going a little bit overboard at some point if it hasn't already. I have hopes. I just really want to see the gang come back. That's really all I need. It's the nostalgia factor for me. But they are still telling decent stories in the modern setting. do we know when this might actually debut? I know it's supposed to be fourth quarter, but that could be September to January, so who fucking knows? It would be nice to get a little bit of a release date for that, but whatever, I'm fucking excited.
Same.
Yeah, I agree. The show, I didn't have high hopes for it when I heard about it initially. But the show consistently, it was an awkward stumble starting wise. Because I mean, let's be
the
honest,
YouTube Red thing was a
it was and Ralph Macchio just can't. He's not he's getting better.
Well, I don't think he realized the nature of the show at first. I think he was like, oh, it was like a Funny or Die spoof comedy type thing, and it's like, oh, we're acting. So he caught on eventually.
Was he ever a good actor?
No.
My cousin Vinny, he's decent. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple other small roles where he was okay, but looking at how he began the beginning of the series, he was wooden. He didn't seem to have any sense of comic timing. He was just there. But an older version of the person, the character that we love. So it was just really fucking awkward all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he that was a really Carla, you worked with what's his name? Yeah, with Brett Ernst, right?
Love him.
He plays cousin. What's his name? Cousin
I want to say Vinny, but that's not it.
I don't know.
No, it sounds like it should be, but it's not.
Isn't it Louis?
No, it's not.
Louis.
Yeah.
Cousin Louis. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right, and maybe he is getting better, but like, I mean, that first season, he never really was an amazing. I mean,
outsider.
Yeah, outsiders. There you go.
Sure.
There you go. He can lay in a hospital bed with the best of them. So, but I mean, it's gotten consistently better. The writing is good. I like. Even though all the kids are smart asses, I kind of like them. I don't know. There's just something about it. It does hit the right nostalgia factor too. Although one dude that was on, that's not. There's like a bunch of characters that aren't backed. So it was weird. The friend. What happened to her?
Which friend?
The big girl.
I believe she had a medical condition.
Really?
Which is why she didn't return to the last season.
How did they write her out though? Did they? Or
they wrote her that she went away to. I think they wrote her up that she went away to a different school, which I mean, obviously worked with everything that happened in that particular season.
I'd throw my kids out of that school too. There was just gang war.
It's just karate gangs roaming the school.
I still watch that
Bel Air my kid out of that school.
Oh man!
You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
Yeah, he still got shot.
Well,
throw Jazzy out of the house every day. Like, come on.
It's the same shot.
It was the same. They had 3 different takes of Jazzy getting thrown out of the house by Uncle Phil.
Fucking perfect.
It was the same shot every fucking time.
That's fucking amazing. I mean, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, no, you can't not get excited for it, especially if you've been a fan of Karate Kid throughout the ages and seeing Terry Silver in the trailer for season 4. You know the bad boy's got to come back. You can't really not grab him. I'm sure he's not doing much either.
No, he's
still on General Hospital.
No, he has an Amazon show. I think it's Amazon that's been on for a few seasons.
Okay,
supposed to be really good. It's basically based, on a fictionalized version of his life, an ex-soap opera actor, blah blah blah.
Okay,
I wish I remember the name, but that's me.
He's not even the real AJ Quartermain. Come on,
stop. Love you, Billy. But I'm dying to see Mike Barnes return.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for this ever since the trailer for the last season came out, where Chosen was shown. Like, oh fuck, Mike Barnes has to come back. And I don't know why Mike Barnes and Terry Silver work so well, because the third movie, let's be honest,
it's terrible.
It's
third
awful.
movie's not good.
Not good.
They're great.
But the two of them, I think they're the best villains in the series.
Yeah, I agree there. Carla, I can't remember. Are you a big Karate Kid? Like, did you like the Karate Kid? I don't think you did, right?
I do. I actually, I think I'm probably the only one who even liked the Jaden Smith. Was it Jaden Smith? No.
Ooh.
Karate Kid. I did.
Yeah.
I did. I like all of them. I like the what the hell's her name?
Hillary Swank.
Million Dollar Baby. The $1 Million Baby Karate Kid was good too.
$1 Million Baby Karate Kid. Yeah, she can jump over a car. Jump over a car.
She just jumps over a car. They're like, "Hey, how'd you do that?" Like all of a sudden, she remembers she used to do karate with her dad.
Yeah. When she wasn't tripping on her fucking on her boxing shoes and breaking her neck on a stool.
Which
happens all the time.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I trip over my fucking feet, and I have yet to hit a stool though, but one can hope. Clint Eastwood one day will come in and smother me to death.
What did you do with your giant feet recently? Didn't you do something hilarious with your giant feet?
I don't remember. Who knows?
On Friday, what did you like trip over or step on, or you did something and you were like, "I have giant feet. I'm sorry."
It's on the hub.
Oh, last week because of the way that the mic was set up. When I pulled the mic out, I went to give it a tug. I accidentally stepped on it and pulled the mic out from the wall, which is hysterical. It was hysterical. But the best part about it was following what we were discussing earlier. And so in an act of improvisation, I kind of made a callback to the previous set before me and kind of made fun of it.
Whatever. It's comedy. It makes fun. It is what it is.
It is good.
Either way,
yes. Either way, I have giant fucking feet. That's the bottom line. But I mean, so then what is your favorite one of the series, Carla? Please don't say Jaden Smith.
No, it's not my favorite one. No, but you know what? But yes, it is going to be it's going to be the first in the series always. So I like the idea of like the Jaden Smith redoing the first one. But I think the rest of them, I didn't really like the Okinawa one. Yeah, I would say it has to be the first one.
I know. I kind of disagree with that.
You didn't like the Okinawa.
Completely disagree with that.
You like the Okinawa one, really?
Yeah.
That one actually holds up probably the best. Maybe not all over, but
you had more story. You got way more out of Miyagi in his past, and it actually, like you said, it had more substance to it. The fights were still good.
I walked around my house spinning every fucking thing I could in between my hands.
God, I don't remember where. We all fucking did that. I'm almost positive they used to sell them at carnivals when that movie came out because kids were just fucking buying them, and you could. They were around. I remember them being around.
Oh, they were around.
Karate Kid too.
They were absolutely around. But I mean, it's a good one. Like I can't. There's no way that the Jaden Smith one is better than Okinawa. Better than 2.
I think the Okinawa one sucked. I'm sorry. I'm always on the opposite end of this. I thought that one stunk. Everything about it stunk. Even the callback in the new series to the Okinawa people stinks. Like when they go back there and all of a sudden the enemy's like, "No, I'll buy your lunch." Like, what the fuck? He just angrily comes in and does nice things.
I mean, don't you get pissed off when you have to do nice things?
I mean, I also angrily do nice things, but it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, every time I hold the door, I gotta hold the fucking door for you, you cunt. You're welcome. Honestly, God,
I respond to that one.
There's nothing wrong with it. First of all, it's on par with the character and the culture that he came from. To begrudgingly, because he was bested, give props, to use common nomenclature, I guess, to Daniel-san.
Oh, forgive me, Timothy-san. I didn't realize how learned in Japanese culture you were.
I am.
Not just life lessons in human decency. You don't need a nuke joke dropped on you to figure out you're an asshole.
I mean, honestly, I'm just trying to be Naruto. That's what to tell you.
If you can run like that, that'd be impressive.
Look, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the Okinawa Karate Kid, and what they did. I absolutely loved what they did with them in this past season. It was great, right, Kev?
Mm-hmm.
We all agree that it was. I'm really shocked. Don't like Indian food. Don't like Karate Kid Part 2.
I really do.
I got a lot, Carla.
I try to like Indian food so much. I really try. I give it chance after chance after chance, and I hate it. I hate it. I keep trying, keep going back, and like I'm like, one day I'm gonna figure out what everyone, including a billion Indian people, love.
There's a few. Yeah.
About this, and I can't. It's anything that involves curry, which is most of Indian food.
You haven't had the right curry.
No, it's all the curry. I hate all the curry.
You go for Thai curry, green curry with the coconut milk. It's fucking delicious.
Actually, you know what? There's something in Indian curry. Whatever one of the components of Indian curry is, I don't like it because I don't hate.
That component is culture.
They clearly don't put enough cheese in their hot chocolate, so what do they know?
I just don't like I don't like culture and my food. I say I do,
spicy.
but I don't like
spicy, so that's a problem.
You know what? I'll actually agree. We got in the chat, and Andrew Plianos. He wonders with Indian food. Have you ever had naan?
That's just bread.
It is.
Whoa.
That's just bread. That's pita. It's pita. That's a pita bread.
No.
Wow.
But no.
I hope you get stoned to death with chickpeas.
I love chickpeas. Indian people don't have the market cornered on chickpeas. Colombian people eat chickpeas too. Hummus is made out of chickpeas. Falafel is made out of chickpeas. I like all of those things.
Name some more.
Well, I think speaking of lack of culture and no taste, anyone see the Friends reunion?
Nah.
No.
Did you like Friends? I never watched Friends.
Friends was a show where like the first couple of seasons it was I absolutely hated it from simply the basis of why I hate most NBC shows. You had a whole bunch of white people living in New York City, and that was it. So like I couldn't get into that. Plus, it was a ripoff of Living Single, but we'll get into that another day. After a little bit, I mean, it was on TV constantly. I guess you sit there for Saturday afternoon, you watch like 8 episodes in a row. You start to care. It's not a great show. I'm sure a lot of it does not hold up well. I think there are a bunch of every character almost to a person, maybe outside of Joey, awful human beings. But there are some funny episodes. You do get into the storyline and shit. Watching this reunion special, which honestly I really struggled to get through, and I kind of didn't watch the entire thing. It was an overblown, I guess like spotlight on one of the reality, not reality show, but entertainment specials, or whatever. It was the 6 of them sitting around. You had a couple of guests where it made no fucking sense why they were there. The Biebers. You didn't have certain guests like Paul Rudd didn't show up, which would have been kind of cool. It was fluff. It wasn't exciting, but I mean, it was still kind of cool to see that cast get back together. If you're going to do these reunion specials in the future, I wish a little more substance to it. I guess like Fresh Prince kind of set the tone where you have the Amviv thing. That was a huge fucking storyline. Everybody wanted to hear about it. I wouldn't mind saying, I know people said they want to see Seinfeld reunion. I'm sure there's a few others, but you have to actually have something underneath the surface that needs to be discussed in order for people to care.
Yeah.
Seinfeld. Hold on. Seinfeld did have a reunion, and they did it right.
Correct,
they did
yes.
an entire season around a Seinfeld reunion on Curb, and it was done brilliantly.
It was, yeah.
Brilliantly. Your cunt is in the sink came out of that season. Is one of the greatest, one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard in my entire life. Rest in peace, Super Dave Osborne. I actually just got a text from somebody not 20 minutes ago that said, does Marty Funkhauser's kid pitch? Because Kyle Funkhauser was pitching tonight.
That's fucking funny.
It was done. The Seinfeld reunion was done. It was done perfectly. That's the way it should have been. None of these people wanted to see each other. I get they probably barely liked each other towards the end of that show, you know, and understandably so. That show was not good. I am sorry. It just was not good.
Hang out together, don't they? They posted a bunch of stuff on Instagram.
They do, but
not a single one of them is famous enough to make it on their own.
The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Jennifer Aniston. That's about it.
She had a pretty good career after the show.
She's all right. She's doing all right. I think.
The only one who's really not doing well is Matthew Perry, and that's just a sad story.
What?
Yeah, so
what's the story? I don't know it.
He's been out of rehab. He's been pretty bad off, and I think during the special he allegedly had dental work before they recorded.
So he was slurring.
Is, I mean, time's not French to a lot of people. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we don't have time to give you the whole 9 yards, but pills.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
No fools are rushing in. Yes.
So I was interested in the Friends reunion for a minute because I thought it was going to be, they were going to do kind of like the Gilmore Girls thing where it was just like however many years later you just pop in and it's like an extra episode. When I found that it was just going to be them talking, I was like, I don't give a shit. Who cares?
They can't pull off those roles at this point in time. I mean, they're like I said, it's been 17 years, which I didn't really realize how much time has passed. And Joey Tribbiani today, I don't want to see that character.
I didn't want to see him then.
Matt LeBlanc. Well, fair enough. I would love to see something like actually exploring stories where there was turmoil on the set or something bad happened the years since then, and the cast members need to reconcile. But just sitting on a couch for a puff piece, 2 hours long, no less, no need.
Matt LeBlanc's character was basically Joey from Blossom moves to New York City. We weren't fucking inventing the wheel.
No.
So, and I mean, what's her name? That plays Phoebe. God damn it. Why am I blanking?
Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow has done amazing things since Friends. Friends doesn't even fucking shouldn't even be discussed in her catalog of shit that she's done. She's done some pretty amazing fucking shit. Really funny stuff, really biting. Friends it was just a hipster's boring show. Oh, they're all 20-somethings living in New York City, and look, they hang out in a coffee shop because those kids, they hang out in coffee shops, and aren't their relationships hilarious? Oh, they all have a thing for each other. It's like, enough already, enough. And you're right, it was Living Single, and Living Single did it better.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. And that'd be kind of interesting to see that cast get back together because I honestly haven't seen most of them in quite some time.
That is true.
I mean, outside of Queen Latifah.
I was going to say outside of her, where is everybody?
I don't know. That's
Kim Fields is currently doing a show, I believe, but I have absolutely no idea what show it is.
Really?
But yeah.
And the other one, what's her name? Sinclair. I think the last time she popped up somewhere was on Celebrity Boot Camp. Fit Camp.
Oh God. Jim, big Living Single fan?
Huge.
I mean, listen, I don't care who you were. You weren't watching Martin and then shutting off Living Single. You just weren't. And good, because Living Single was great. Friends sucks. I couldn't care less about these guys getting together and talking about whatever. I mean, for them
to put it out without the laugh track and just see where you at.
Creepy Ross. Yeah. there's a lot of YouTube clips. It was like, this shit's it's not funny, but it's also, you guys are fucking terrifying. Like I said, they're horrible characters.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
And David, what's his face? Who I'm blanking out. Schwimmer. You figure we do a fucking entertainment show. I should know the names or remember the names. David Schwimmer. is basically just B movie Nick Cage.
That's rough.
Okay.
That's fucking rough.
Am I wrong?
Well, I would say his appearance in Curb Your Enthusiasm is fucking phenomenal.
That's true.
That was a great role, and he's done a couple things here and there, but he's Ross. He'll always be Ross. Doesn't matter what the fuck he does. He's Ross.
You know, I don't know. It's not for me. For whoever the fans were of that show, I hope they enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope they enjoyed the hell out of it.
People
Go
do.
to the Friends experience where they could just get to sit on the couch and take a picture of themselves at the coffee shop, and they're like, ah! And I don't get it. I don't get the turkey on the head thing. What's the turkey on the head thing?
I have no idea. I've
thing where somebody has a turkey on their head and they're like dancing, and
Oh, that's right. It was the episode in the one where they
people play it like on Thanksgiving. Like I see like the meme, and I'm like,
It was a Thanksgiving
what?
I've watched one episode of Friends, and it's because Crazy Carl from Billy Madison was the upstairs neighbor. That was it. I was like, oh, it's Crazy Carl. And I watched it, and then I was like, wow, I just wasted a lot of time.
He's your turkey helmet.
It's not a good you know, Seinfeld was a good show. It was funny.
That's not true.
Seinfeld was
That's not true at all. No.
They had more misses than hits, but Seinfeld was not a bad show.
They had a shit ton of misses.
They canceled Jerry.
fine.
Jerry didn't cancel them.
What was that? Amazing. Listen, Seinfeld was a good show. I mean,
It was all right.
it's no Curb, but
No, well, that's the kind of strange thing is like as much as I really did not like Seinfeld at all, I've watched several episodes where I just sat there stone faced. Curb is consistently one of the best shows I've ever fucking seen in terms of comedy. That's one of the best. So do you see, was Seinfeld more Jerry or was it Larry David? I have no fucking idea at this point.
well, here's the thing: the Seinfeld episodes that were clearly inspired and written by Larry are the better episodes. Clearly, you know, I'm sure that like the fire episode, like George pushing the kids out of the way because there's the fire, and like, you know, that's you definitely can see Larry David doing some shit like that.
Fair.
You just can.
And that
yes,
whole
Curb
episode of people giving him shit about it, and it's hilarious.
Curb is an infinitely better show. Curb's coming back soon, so I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I think.
Summer?
I know late summer. I think it may be the first of next year, but I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? It's gonna come up quicker than not. And now that things are rolling, time's gonna fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't care about the Friends reunion. Whatever. What else has been out that like? Well, what else has been going on?
Well, we're holding some stuff for when Chris returns next week. Like,
Can we-
the Army of the Dead stuff like that? But
Can we just quickly do a hot take on our Army, like without really talking about it, like
Sure.
opinions?
I didn't watch it yet.
Okay, so there's that. Jim, did you watch it?
No.
Kev,
I did watch. Yes. It's a long movie.
I knew we were talking about it next week, so I waited.
It's a long movie. It's a very familiar storyline. Way too familiar storyline. The opening, I thought the opening's fantastic, and then you get into the meat of the story, and it's worthwhile, especially because I can watch it on my TV and have to pay for it. But it could have been a lot shorter. Zack Snyder, somebody needs to sit this motherfucker down. Like, look, no.
lock him in the editing room.
No,
and be
he's
like,
like,
listen,
no, fuck the editing room. It's like, no, there's intervention. We need to do this now.
the lead up to what eventually seemed so quick of a wrap up was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I'm not gonna mince words. I fuck that movie. I mean, we'll discuss next week once you guys have seen it and everything.
Yes.
But god damn it, dude. Whew. For 2.5 hours, go fuck your mother. Oof.
Speaking of being able to see it at home,
Brett Grasso, what's the thumbs down for? He was thumbs down in the comments. Did he not
Probably
like the
Friends.
fucking? Yeah, Fair enough. Well, could be. What were you gonna say, Carla?
I'm pretty excited to see A Quiet Place too.
Yeah. Are we gonna talk about both of those next week?
We're probably going to do that
Yes.
both next week. As far as anticipating it, I didn't love the first one. I thought there was a great setup. I hated the way they went with it. A lot of the suspense really didn't work for me because, you know, it was logic issues and shit. I care enough, I guess, to see it this weekend. I think that's probably my first time going back to the movies, most likely.
Yeah.
Because I will say that first movie watching experience where you're in a crowded theater and no one's fucking making noise. When people start eating popcorn, they go, and they stop themselves so they don't want to make a sound. That was a great, unique experience. And that's like my thing. I hate going out mostly because people like to fucking talk. This one, half prequel, half sequel. Sure. If you had to get Jim back in there, sure. But I'm not really expecting. I'm expecting more of the same, but I can't say I'm expecting a great movie.
I mean, it's going to be no Bird Box, but
Not much can be that movie.
No, that's true. I mean, they are saying that he made a pretty solid sequel from everything that I'm reading. So
Sure.
Good.
I don't know how, but sure.
I don't know how either, but you know what? I mean, I like the first one because of the uniqueness of the movie experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's not often that like you have to fucking suck on popcorn like a Werther's original, just not to make noise to annoy everybody else because we're all fucking terrified to even move. So maybe the movie experience did enhance the fact that I liked it, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Have you watched it again at home?
I did. I did.
Okay.
I did.
You rewatched? I've never rewatched it.
I did. I rewatched it. But that's normal for me. I mean, I'll watch shit that I hate over and over. Just I like
Super
being
Troopers
angry.
too. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, no, that's just because I hate myself. It's,
My apologies.
you know, do. All right, so that came out today. We'll talk about that next week. Watch Army of the Dead so we can discuss that next week. What's been going on TV wise? Because like HBO, like I've been watching Mayor of Easttown, and which is something I didn't think I would be into at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I just gave it a shot, and fuck, it's another one of those gritty HBO shows.
Is there a
Done
horse
really-
involved?
Well, is there a
The
horse
mayor.
involved? That horse is Kate Winslet. So,
I would have thought Sarah Jessica Parker, but okay.
She's got some
Well,
stiff
that show's coming out
competition now.
later.
yeah, that's coming out. There's
Sex
no
in the City
Samantha.
3.
No Samantha though, because I don't know, cervical cancer probably.
Yo, I'm kind of curious how they're gonna write her out that show.
Oh, I know how they write her out of the show.
How?
I know how they literally, which I actually have respect for this because it is very accurate. They're just not friends anymore. They just grew apart and they're not friends anymore. And that happens.
Fair.
That happens. You know, you could be really close friends with somebody for 10 years and then, you know, you catch up with them 3 years after. You're like, oh, you still hang out with this person? Like, no.
Yeah.
She kind of started sucking and I don't.
I mean, I still say they go with cervical cancer, and like then there's a mural on the wall of just like her gold-plated vagina.
No, they're just saying they're not friends anymore. That's literally what they're going with. And they're replacing her with Sarah Ramirez,
Yep.
who I believe is a non-binary
Correct.
character.
All right.
Show. And I think I don't know, but I think didn't they also bring in an African American friend? I think it was like now they
Correct.
realize that they only had white friends. Which
Yep.
That's
they're
right.
like, we can't just have white friends. We got to have other friends.
A real Mr. Big.
Let's get some other friends.
Fuck you. You should fucking Ron Isley hang out with them. But not that. No.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean,
yeah.
that summary sounds let's take out the best part of the fucking show and bring it back. Sure.
Right.
A lot of those episodes don't hold up. I was a huge fan, and now trying to rewatch some of them, I'm like, why did I like this? And also, as somebody who lives in New York, why did I think any of this was any kind of belief? Like, why? Like, what?
Was the same shit with friends.
And spent how much money? Yeah, but Sex and the City took it to another level where they're out eating every day at every restaurant opening, drinking Cosmos like nonstop. This chick has a weekly column. That's all she does.
She's a blogger.
Yeah. And she's still buying $1,000 pairs of shoes every time she walks by the store. She's like, "Hello, lover," and then she's walking out. She just spent $1,000. I don't care how rent controlled her apartment was. She needed to have 7 roommates to be able to afford anything else.
Oof.
That's amazing.
True though.
Yeah, it's all those shows were bullshit. Like, there's no fucking way any of these people are living like that in New York City back then.
I actually rewatched recently the episode. Did any of you guys actually watch Sex and the City?
I did.
You know the one where she bullies Charlotte into giving her engagement ring as a down payment for her apartment? I was watching it and I was like, this entitled bitch, what is like? So she's just mad that she's like, you have money. Her whole argument was like, you have money and I don't have money. So you're my friend. So buy me a fucking apartment, bitch. And
because this is how
Charlotte's
friends
like,
react to each other.
Yeah. And Charlotte was like, you're right. Take my 5-carat engagement ring and sell it and get yourself an apartment because you're an irresponsible dummy. There you go.
Well, here's the thing. Somebody wrote that. They got approved. They filmed it and we all watched it. So.
And I remember at the time that I watched it, I was like, oh, that was so nice. And now I'm like, this bitch, Charlotte should be the one not talking to her anymore.
No, they were all awful also. I think a lot of the shows from that time period is every character was just a piece of shit human being.
Yeah.
Somehow that worked. I don't know how, but it did.
Reality TV. Look at the worst of our fucking civilization. Just go, you know what? That's entertaining. I'm going to watch the fuck out of it.
And that's
by the way, I'm sure and I guarantee you next week, Chris is talking about the premiere of Jersey Shore.
That's exactly it, because we went from that era of TV right to reality TV shows. So that does make sense.
Right. And then from reality TV shows, we went to seeing the worst of humanity all over the internet.
Well, that's reality TV also.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sit back and watch a train wreck.
Fucking TikTok.
I love TikTok.
Body, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy.
Fuck you. Wow.
He's talking a lot of shit for somebody who's got a fucking man bun under his fucking hipster hat.
I do.
Drinking an IPA.
That's true. That's true. Actually, I'm gonna go to an axe throwing tournament.
You're basically the living embodiment of a TikTok right now.
Oh,
you should be famous.
Well, I'm going to a vape convention this weekend.
Oh man.
Didn't you just get back from an ironic facial hair convention of some sort?
Yes, I actually did. And I bought artisanal soap, all the artisanal soap I can possibly find.
Wait, we're still joking right now, right?
No,
this is serious.
No,
okay, making sure. Can't tell anymore, man.
How long you know me? Stop it.
That's my point. I can't tell anymore.
Here's a general rule of thumb, Kev. Does it involve effort? Then I'm not in.
What are you talking? You're the leader of a pipe band, and you're not even Irish. What the fuck are you talking about? That involves effort.
I like to drink. I like to drink for free when I can.
Yeah.
You like to dress.
That too.
Some people call it.
I can't find heels in my size though. It's a rough.
You've got the legs for it. You can pull it off in flat.
I got some. Listen, fucking. I got some gams.
Yeah. You know what? And that the hat gives you all the height you need. You do it in flats. You got this.
You do it in flats. You got this, girl.
You better work.
Holy shit. So like I was saying, Mayor of Easttown.
Yes. Please, get back to that.
Does it involve horses?
We're right back to that.
That's how it started.
Oh my god. I like it is another of the gritty HBO shows that I didn't expect to like, and I just it's pretty brutal. It's pretty gut wrenching at times too. I mean, it's up there with one of the better shows that I've seen in the past like year, at least year and a half maybe. Your Honor, I think, being the other one. It's just very good, and Kate Winslet, I mean, knocks it out of the park. And has anybody watched any of it?
I haven't. I heard described as a show that like throws every storyline into every episode, and I'm kind of curious if that's a negative or a positive.
It almost doesn't work. There's times where it doesn't, and you're like, ah, fuck. But then you're pulled right back in, like right back in. So it's worth sticking it out.
Fair enough.
It's just very good. I mean, what else is anybody watching? I mean, what else is out there? I don't even.
Hack.
I mean, Hacks is great.
Yeah, that's like the only show I've really I think watched recently. That's new at least.
And who's that? That's
Gene Smart.
Gene Smart, who's actually in Mayor of Easttown as well. Who's great in that. And I remember saying the juxtaposition between the two characters, it was like a really refreshing look at what Gene Smart could do. You could still see similarities in like the wise assness, but that fucking stumbled out of my tongue. Either way, they're similar, but they're not. And she does a great job with both of them. Has anybody else watched Hacks?
What episode are they up to now? It's
I think 4.
The first 4 have come out. I'm not sure if 5 and 6 just dropped or not.
If they have, I haven't seen them yet. Carly, I think you'd like the show.
Yeah.
So definitely, yeah.
It's on my to watch list. I've been in a little bit of a Golden Girls hole. Like I just feel like I'm only watching Golden Girls all the time, and in my opinion, that show really does hold up.
Yes, it fucking does.
It really does. I got Juliana into it. She's way in. She sings a song. When I put it on, she's like, "Oh, my favorite old lady show," which is hilarious.
That was a lockdown revisit for me, where I think at least 2 months solid. That's all I was watching. Things on Hulu. They said the show still hold up. They did like the special episode without actually doing the special episode a lot. And I think maybe for like the middle season, they went to that well a little bit too often. But the characters themselves were incredibly well written, and the actresses, that cast is probably one of the best ensemble casts in TV history, bar none. I mean that's a top 10 all time show for me.
I mean, let's be honest though. Estelle Getty's piece de resistance was stopping my mom will shoot. Or my mom will shoot. I mean, listen, Golden Girls is one of the best written shows in television history. It just is, It did
have a lot of clip shows though.
Yeah,
they did.
There is that. I heard rumors that they're remaking it with an all African American cast. Has anybody else heard this? I swear, I'll look it up while you guys are talking, because I can tell you who's in the cast. I'm almost certain that that's happening. I can look it up, but that's about.
If it's not Jack A, I'm out.
I don't think it is Jack.
Okay, you know what? That was a good call right there. I probably would watch that. Yeah. Because I know they bring back Wonder Years with the Black family, and it's like,
are they really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, and it's like, why don't we just make new stories? Like this is getting stupid.
Broke back with 2 chicks.
Okay, first of all, fuck you.
I read that.
you know you watching that shit too. But fucking, it's like, dude, I understand, like, you know, the whole idea of every story's already been told, sure, but we can pretend at least. Don't give me something that's I've already watched repeatedly, repackage it for whatever reason, want to do it, and then give it to me, you know, spoon feed me some bullshit. There's no need for a fucking Golden Girls remake.
No,
that's absolute. Not when we're just saying the original show still fucking holds up. That's a little silly.
Okay, hold on. Alfred Woodward, Tracy Ellis Ross, Sanaa Lathan, and Regina King, which they're not old enough.
Yeah.
They're not
How old's
old
Regina
enough.
King?
Huh?
How old's Regina King?
She gotta be 40.
No, she's definitely older than me.
She's older than that.
Like,
She's
come
not
on.
much older than. She's not 50.
No, I'm not saying. Although, you know, take into consideration that like most of them weren't super old.
They were in
that
their
show.
50s. I think the characters were when they started. At least Blanche was portrayed as being, you know, not exactly Golden Girl age yet, but that's silly. That's a silly.
Regina
Great
King
cast.
plays the whore. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need. That's ridiculous.
No, it's just unnecessary. Give new, you know, well-defined, well-written characters to actresses. Don't retread shit just because you
It's
feel
lazy.
like. Well, then that's what it is, and you're basically all you're doing is using race as a marketing tool.
Which would never happen.
Well, and it's disgusting. You so you know, like Zoe was saying to me today, when we were in the car, and she's like, you know, Pride Month's coming up, and everybody's making fun of the different displays and that stores have for Pride Month, and I'm like, well, you know, get used to it. You know, you're a buying segment of the population. They're going to market to you, however they have to market to you. That's just capitalism 101. But it really does kind of sully the actual message, in my opinion, or water it down anyway.
Well, it's patronizing as fuck. That's why.
Right.
Like I don't need McDonald's to, you know, every January and February to drop that, you know, Amazing Grace fucking like, stop. Just stop. I'm gonna eat the nuggets. I'm already there.
I'm gonna give Brett Grasso props. He said, so the new Golden Girls is pretty much the Living Single reunion.
I'd rather just have a regular living single reunion. Why can't we just do that?
I mean, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a silly idea.
It really is. It's not. And like you said, we've already established that it holds up. It just does. You know, even the younger generations, they'll watch it. They like it. I know Zoe likes it. She likes watching it.
Juliana liked it.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It's
It
timeless.
really is.
It's funny.
It is timeless and funny.
And also, speaking of remakes, we've got the Lindsay Lohan Overboard.
Motherfucker, come on now. This shit. But it's like, okay, why not?
I mean,
why not just call it Overboard and put it on a fucking yacht? I don't get it.
It's Overboard, not on a yacht. I thought.
But no, it's not on a yacht. It's I believe it's mountain climbing or ski resort or some shit. Ski resort,
yeah,
right?
I think it was skiing
Or some dumb shit. But it's like, what seriously? We're so fucking bankrupt.
I love that they already redid Overboard. Like that's already been redone, and now they're
with the
just
gender
gonna,
swap, yeah.
And now they're just gonna redo it. Just
I guess because the remake made a lot of money. It didn't.
I don't think
at all. It was a fucking bomb completely.
And who went to Ibiza to freaking drag Lindsay Lohan's ass back into relevancy? Whose idea was that?
Well, she had that beach show, right?
Oh God.
Was that on
Yeah,
Broadway?
what the fuck
Lindsay
was
Lohan Beach Club or some
Yeah.
shit? I'm not the only person to watch an episode.
Does the movie end with her stealing Steve O's bag of Coke?
Why
If
not?
it doesn't, I don't care.
I think it's actually Bam Margera's bag of Coke. Steve-O's sober.
Yeah.
No, but like, never mind. There was a Steve O story he used to tell where Lindsay Lohan came in and snorted all his cocaine, like within an hour.
Oh, that, Lilo.
Oh wow.
Oh, Lilo. She's such a card.
She had some personal problems. What are you gonna do? But hey, Netflix is giving her a shit ton of money. So I mean,
For that movie? I thought it was a Lifetime movie.
It's a TV show.
Well, that'll end well.
Yeah.
Wait, The Overboard is a TV show?
Well, whatever her thing is, I'm not sure what they're calling it, but it's a series. And it's like, all right, well, you.
Snowboard?
You know what? Netflix is going to keep on taking chances. I mean, it worked out with Cobra Kai. I mean, we talked about that. That the second season of that coming to Netflix after they bought it from YouTube Red was probably one of the better decisions they could do. Netflix is tossing a ton of money around. I'm sure we'll get into the MGM Amazon deal in a second, I'm sure. But you know what? Streaming services are taking a lot of big chances with a lot of different projects, and a lot of them aren't working, clearly. But some of them are. And actually, last week on Thursday, the 4th season of a show that me and Deb were both looking forward to watching finally came out. I didn't mention it specifically because it was a TV show when we did the video game episode, when we were talking about all the movies, but Netflix did an animated series of Castlevania. They dug into a mildly detailed story that, I mean, it totally diverts from Vlad the Impaler and all this other stuff that, like the Dracula mythos. It's strictly based on the video game mythos that with the Belmont family that hunts down the mystical fucking Dracula and all of his demons of the night. And it started with a single season of 4 episodes. Netflix took a chance on it and said, show me what you can do. And they got a pretty decent fucking cast for it, too, of voice acting. Some names some of them maybe you never heard of before, but I know Richard Armitage and Graham McTavish were both dwarves from The Hobbit. Richard Armitage played Thorin, the main guy, if you remember him. But as the series went on, they picked up a lot of other actors that came on for season 2 and 3. You're looking at Jason Isaacs, Bill Nye, Matt Frewer, who really cares, but Peter Stormare, Lance Reddick, who you remember as the hotel manager from John Wick and several other projects. And just in this last 4th season that dropped, they ended up getting Malcolm McDowell in there too for another role. They're getting names, and I got to admit, I love the crap out of this series. It's well done. It follows several different stories. The animation kicks ass as far as the action goes for what they go through. The stories and the characters are really good. I enjoyed the hell out of it that we were looking forward to this finally dropping, and we never knew when it was going, and just happened to check 2 weeks ago. It said, yeah, this Thursday, the 4th and final season for it ended up on Netflix. And, a friend of the show, actually, has been watching for a while. He put something up on Facebook. Do you remember the picture for Game of Thrones where it was a drawing of a horse, and they bisected it for how good it was throughout Game of Thrones? By, like, season 8 and season 7, it looked like a 2-year-old finally finished it. Somebody ended up doing that for seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Castlevania, and it was just a well-drawn picture throughout, and I really have to agree.
By the way, don't ever mention Lance Reddick's name without bringing up The Wire. Ever.
Fair.
Ever. Don't go.
Look, I heard he was in it.
Don't go with John Wick first. You never go with John Wick first. No.
All right, fine. The Fringe. Oh, Fringe. He was on Fringe.
Fringe.
But
yeah, it's nice to hear that Peter Stormare's still alive. I do like him from all the Coen movies. Who else was involved voice acting wise?
Richard Armitage, Graham McTavish. He's done a bunch of stuff from video games like Modern Warfare, COD, and stuff like that. But Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Right. Jason Isaacs, who was Draco Malfoy's father, and several other acting roles, obviously. And, it's... Aside from the people that were involved in it, there's just, again, a good story for a property that really has no meat, and bones to it. For them to take a good artistic, take to that particular product and run with it and make a great animated series out of it.
I haven't thought about Castlevania since 1987, to be honest. So if they actually took it and had a story and spun it, it's a cartoon.
It's definitely an anime. It's definitely an animated series. But The acting is great. I mean, I have one critique out of season 4, which is just minor, but throughout the entire thing, you follow several different storylines that all are presented and done very, very well, and beyond happy with it. I would recommend it.
All right. Castlevania, Netflix, right?
Netflix.
Put it on your to-do list.
Four seasons of it.
4 seasons. Yeah, the first, again, they're all half-an-hour episodes, but season 4, they ran with 10, and then 3 and 2 the same. You know, after those first 4 episodes, they were like, yeah, we got something. We're gonna keep going with it. And
when I get done with my 4th viewing of Steven Universe, I will check that out.
Animated shit's coming around. I'm still watching that Critical Role thing, and actually, Mystery Science Theater put up into the Kickstarter.
I can't believe that. Like, what's the deal there? Like, with Netflix, like, literally pissing
handing out money. Amazon giving 20 episodes to a bunch of guys who played Dungeons and Dragons to make an animated series about it, and Mystery Science Theater still has to go to the fans to get it started.
You know what? Just bring Joel Hodgson back, right? And then and Terry, whatever his name, I forget what their names were. Kevin and Terry, the guys that did Crow and Servo. Bring them all back. Just bring them back, because that's what we want. Those guys were funny. They were quick. They were biting. You know, let's be honest. Mystery Science Theater is the, you know, you get stoned or drunk and watch it at 3 a.m. type of shit. It's funny. But, you know, if it's anybody but those guys, it just doesn't hit the same. So I can't believe they're trying to make more money. I can't believe Netflix won't just give them whatever.
Yeah, with the shit that's out there, and like you said, the amount of chances they're taking on putting certain properties out there and seeing what people can do with it. And again, just on that simple nugget of nostalgia, to go back and get something out of that, and that they aren't even coming close to a shadow of what other people have done on Kickstarter to get their shit together.
Has anybody seen, by the way, that damn Michael Che?
Yeah. Yes, I have seen that damn Michael Che.
You have not?
I heard it's not good.
I can understand why some audience would
good.
say that. It's definitely not for everybody. It's a little in your face. It's definitely the Michael Che that you'd see on social media when he does pop up and he just pisses off everybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good that gets a little caked on by some of the shit, but overall, I thought the shit was hysterical.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too.
I can't put it I'm not gonna put it Chappelle show.
No.
So, you know, clearly that's the humor is going towards that, but a little more biting, a little honest about how it's not being honest, kind of thing. Michael Che, I think he's somebody that you either love or hate to begin with. And I know just from his Weekend Update appearances, a lot of people hate this motherfucker, and I find that hysterically funny. He does, because when something goes with whatever he says, when, you know, makes a joke and people react to it, he'll go online and call people assholes and idiots and start fights, which is trolling. And I think he might be at a point in life where he doesn't really need to do that, but if it makes him laugh, it is what it is. But I would say, even like watching the last episode of Night Live this season, the only funny part was the Weekend Update. I think him and Joseph together is a great fucking combo. And whenever they do the let's write the jokes for each other thing, fucking highlight. And I legitimately lost my mind a couple of times during that segment. That's what his show, I think, is really trying to be. It is hit or miss.
Yeah.
But it's more hit.
Yeah.
But like Carl said, I can completely understand why people wouldn't like it.
I was actually surprised at the people who told me they didn't like it and it was funny. I was shocked. And I haven't gotten around to watching it yet to make for my own opinion. I enjoy his comedy. I enjoy him. And he really is the best part of SNL right now.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Not saying a lot,
no.
But yes.
No, 100%. The Weekend Update has consistently been on SNL the best part about SNL.
That's basically the end of the show for me. Depending upon musical guests, maybe, but once it comes on and goes off, I'm like, all right, go to sleep.
Unless Ashley Simpson is coming out and fucking up the vocal tracks, I don't give a shit about.
I feel so bad for her.
It's-
Wasn't her
What's she up
fault.
to?
It's so-
Why haven't they
Not a
brought her
clue.
back?
Not a clue.
I love
She's,
it. We've been watching The Masked Singer on Fox, and
Oh, God.
it's funny how the judges are consistently seeing some of the female singers go like, it's gotta be Jessica Simpson's sister. It's gotta be her because she needs this big comeback apparently, and she needs to do it on The Masked Singer.
She
She's
needs
so
something.
yesterday, Jim.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that I fucking know that song. I really
I
do.
thought that was Hillary Duff.
Was it Hillary Duff? They're all the same. What can I tell you?
Not that booty.
No, that booty is.
Them Duff girls.
Yeah, them Duff girls. Yeah.
I introduced you guys to the Hillary Duff booty.
You
Well,
definitely
because
did.
we knew that Haley had that ass. But
Right. That Lifetime. Was it the Hallmark?
Hallmark, the Hallmark Christmas
movie? Yeah.
movie, Naughty and Nice. Yeah.
There's no way we'd be able to actually broadcast a Hallmark Christmas movie on here while
Oh,
we were
I
seeing it.
I wish.
That'd be
One of our-
amazing.
Actually, one of our first episodes was talking about Hallmark Christmas movies, I think.
Yeah.
One of our first episodes on Gov's Radio. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, Haley Duff is thick in all the right places. Just saying.
Like an A.
I stand by, but don't sleep on Hillary. Hillary's got that cake.
She's definitely the more accomplished actress.
Okay, dude. That was fake fucking praise. I love you.
What?
She's a more accomplished actress, sure.
She
I mean,
is.
yeah, but I mean, what are you really saying though? I love that.
They're both incredibly beautiful girls and very
Aren't
talented.
they also bringing back Lizzie McGuire?
Are they?
I believe they are bringing.
They were bringing that back, and then I believe there was an issue with the direction they wanted to go with because they wanted to make it more adult.
They wanted to go back to Italy and run into her, into the singer who looks exactly like her but with brown hair. Nobody saw the Lizzie McGuire movie. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall.
I'm not getting arrested again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see much, but that definitely wasn't it.
Movie?
I got kicked out of the Spice Girls movie. Does that help?
There's also a new Spice Girls movie coming out.
No, get out.
Rose.
Yes,
What?
there is. There's a
Stop
new Spice World coming out. There is. It's
Is-
like the 20 or 25th anniversary of the last Spice Girls movie, and it is going to be Ginger Spice getting the girls back together. So she goes around the world and gathers them up. So that they
Okay,
can
time
sing
out
again.
with Posh.
Yes,
He's a part of this too. Oh wow.
this is what I've been told.
If you want to be my lover, you got to get through my depends.
This is,
I probably would
this is
though.
what I'm
I ain't
here.
gonna lie.
Oh, 100%.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's going to be all the Spice Girls. My sources tell me, including Posh.
I'm
And it is
pretty surprised by
coming
that.
soon to a theater near you.
Well, is it? That might be that's a YouTube release. I'm surprised. I heard nothing about fucking new movie.
I remember seeing it in the movie theater, Spice World, or at least the first few minutes of it, because we got there so early to buy tickets for Phantoms. Affleck, you to bomb. That we decided to wander into Spice World, and as soon as they started like marching in camo gear and like singing, I was like, I'm out. I'm just gonna wait in the lobby and play some Arkanoid.
Wow.
Phantoms, yo.
It was the bomb.
Phantoms is awesome. I can't believe they're making a sequel to that. Like, really?
Yes.
But
Sequels,
honestly, are you surprised,
reboots,
though?
and
Why would I make that up?
And that too.
I don't know.
sequels
Honestly,
and reboots.
yeah, it's all a bunch of shit. Like, there's not an original idea out there, or if there is, you really got to dig deep for it. You know,
I got lucky to find one. You know,
that's fair.
I can enjoy it.
If we're enrolled right now, we're back. Well, not back. Sorry, New Kids on the Block are still touring.
Yes.
So I mean, Let's be honest. You could pretty much bring anything back at this point. And the new kids are fucking touring with Belle Biv DeVoe opening up for them.
It's the Lou Pearlman still owes us money tour.
I saw New Kids on the Block. What was that, like 5 years ago when they toured? And they had Nelly.
Right,
They had Nelly and T blank C opening for them.
Nelly.
T blank C.
Rough. That's fucking rough.
Better rapper, Nelly or Deborah Harry?
Whoa, okay. Ease. Getting hot here, man. Shit.
Fuck that.
But wow.
Awful.
But yeah, like you don't need to put effort in anymore. Just go through your Rolodex. Like, okay, who have we heard from the past 5-6 years? Pull their ass out of the closet, dust them off, throw them on stage.
Yeah, where the hell are the Backstreet Boys? When are they gonna?
They're also doing. They're still.
Are
doing
they? Oh, I didn't know.
You got NSYNC popping up commercials all the time. I mean, it's ridiculous.
NSYNC minus Justin Timberlake because he's doing his own thing.
Smart. I got bigger things, guys. Sorry, can't make that one. Give me that guy.
Justin, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this Chips Ahoy commercial with us? He's like, no, I'm good. Thank you, though.
And if I'm in, I'm like, yo, let me help them out. They're not doing anything. Come on, Justin. I was like, you fucked over Janet. Help your boys out at least.
We didn't talk about that.
No, we didn't. That whole thing. Well, Kev, why don't you explain or Carla, you brought it up. You can explain what the deal with it was. Like what just came out recently
but
about
apparently it was planned. It was planned,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like everybody knew what was going on. There was no wardrobe malfunction. He knew what was going on. She knew what was going on, and he let her fucking take the fall.
This is debate?
What?
This is a debate?
It was back in the day. I mean, I think
back in the day when they were calling it a wardrobe malfunction.
Realized that it was staged, but this whole thing obviously. What year was that? Jesus Christ!
I could look it up.
Early 2000s. Like no fucking idea exact year.
What,
no, 90.
No.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't 90.
No.
It was like
it was in the 2000s, I think.
it was like 2003.
That sounds about right. We'll get the
2004.
2004. Okay, so at the time, TiVo was fucking popping back then, and this became the most, I guess, record and rewatch thing on TiVo, which is kind of telling of America. But Janet's titty came out during the Super Bowl. I think most of us saw it live. I'm pretty sure, and I did rewind. At that point, it was a whole thing of okay, was it an accident? Was it? Did Janet set herself up so that Justin would rip off something and her tit would be exposed? Was Justin in on it? Obviously they were. You're not going to pull something like that off on the biggest fucking stage. And Janet at the time is still obviously Janet Jackson. Justin was pretty much starting a solo career back then, and he was getting notoriety, but then, he didn't blow up to be who he is now. But people fucking lost that Janet. Justin got away pretty much scot-free. I believe the Grammys came, and then he did like his little apology tour, and he said, I'm really sorry to be part of that, but I had no idea it was going to happen, kind of thing. Threw her under the bus, and her career, considering who she is and who her brother was, like her career fucking just ended.
Took a hit.
It didn't take a hit. It's more than a hit.
It was just done. Yeah.
That was like we're talking about cancel culture now. She was canceled.
Right.
Completely.
Right.
And for her to be not like obviously Aaliyah wasn't even alive then, but Aaliyah, not that status, but fucking Janet Jackson. That's a high level artist to her career comes to complete fucking end because of this. And then over the years, it's been brought up, and obviously there was the FCC fine, and CBS like we're not going to do anything with her ever again. And she, people turn their backs on her, and then you get to this past year with the Britney Spears documentary came out. I forgot what channel that was. But then people find out, oh, Justin Timberlake wasn't the greatest person in the world. And oh, by the way, he was also responsible for what happened. And then he came out the next day like, yeah, I made mistakes and I feel bad that people suffered, but never took responsibility, never apologized. And you're like, well, you're kind of a dick, dude.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, what does it say about us that we rip Janet apart? We rip Brittany apart, called her fucking crazy all those years. And then we find out what's happened to her and her father. And then the guy in her life, when he goes on Saturday Night Live and makes fun of taking her virginity, and we're like, oh, this is the funniest thing ever. We're kind of piece of shit people too.
Carla?
What Carla commentary do you want?
This is the fucking God damn it, Carla.
No, I'm not gonna say it because then you fucking get your nipple. You get your fucking nipples in a twist, and then
He served it up on a platter for you.
And then I get private messages from like, you can't. Everything. The world is not against women, Carla.
You're
right,
like.
Thanks, white dude, for pointing it out. Thank you for mansplaining that to me.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
You know.
Thank
You're
you.
literally like
Say
the
it yourself.
you're the child that'll
You
do
say it.
something. You're the
You
child
say
that'll
it.
do something, but when nobody's paying attention. But then when you're like, hey,
the
check this out.
WB
Hey, do
I'm
that thing. And
Yeah,
then
I like turtles.
Yeah. I like turtles. Exactly. Exactly, Jim. Thank you, Jim.
I'm not just gonna do my misogyny dance for your patriarchy, Tim Saliani.
Son of a bitch, Ogerson. Son of a bitch.
You don't own me. You say it.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it. God damn it. I mean, there's no way she should have been canceled for any of that shit.
No.
First of all, this country needs to really get the fuck over themselves with their
With their
their
what?
love-hate relationship with sexuality. Like, you know, like
No. Be honest. It's love-hate relationship with the women's bodies.
Well, there's that. Yeah, that's
It's
what
not.
it
It's
is.
not the sexuality part. We're cool with that.
Because we live in a culture that men can't be titillated by anything, and if we are, then it's their fault. It's fucking bullshit, dude. Keep it in your pants. Like, give it a rest. Fuck.
They're just titties. Like,
Right.
this is like the only country where there's even an argument like, should women be allowed to breastfeed in public? This is not a question anywhere else. And then for people to be like, yes, but you should have to cover up. Like, I'm sorry, I need to suffocate my child while she's eating so that you don't stare at my breast. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
let me take this one. If I'm at a restaurant and I'm having, a romantic dinner, or even just with my boys or a business, whatever the case may be, and there's a woman at the table near me who pulls down a top in order to feed her kid, I have to be completely honest about that. It's a free titty, thank you. Who's complaining about that?
But are you going to creepily stare at it, or are you just going to be like, oh shit, there's a titty?
Stare at it. I'm gonna get a fucking. I'm gonna get a dessert cappuccino.
I'm just texting my friends right now. No, but like it's fucking like it's nature. Like I don't know why we're so crazy about shit like that.
Well, we're crazy about sex, and again, it all goes back to like
what would you say? What would you say it is?
What do you mean?
What would you call what that problem is?
I don't know. What would that problem be, Carla?
What is there maybe some terminology that you've learned?
I don't know.
Some terminology that's been jammed into your face every single time we get together.
Well, yeah, thanks, Jim. Another white dude explaining it to me. Thank you.
Hey, forgive us for being born.
Forgive me for asking me a question and me answering.
I didn't know that because of the way I was born, I would be discriminated against. But fair enough.
Oh, please! What's it like?
Please,
I'm just finding out, Kev. I don't like it.
Explain it to Kev what that's
I gotta tell you. Hold on. Let me think about this. No, sir. I don't like it. I mean, it's it really is a bullshit thing. She should not have been canceled for any of that shit. She's a very talented person. I mean, that's the way love goes. That album is fucking phenomenal. It's great. Rhythm Nation's a great album. She was a talented person, and you're right. She took the fall, and we rose little Mickey Mouse Club boy up for fucking superstardom.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of bullshit. It really is.
And
it is. It's an old boys club.
Backlash also.
What was that?
There's no backlash onto him because he is like, he's the golden boy.
Well,
so you don't attack him. Like there'll never be, a redemption for Janet Jackson. There'll never really be a redemption for Britney Spears. They're not coming back. They're not going to give anything back to them that they lost, but they're never going to take anything away from him.
Yeah. I think Britney will probably have a moment at some point in time where they'll bring it back on stage and people will clap and everything, but it's not going to give her back that decade plus that she lost and something like Janet. Timberlake has gotten at least that social media level of clapback where people are like, yo, you're an asshole. You're not exactly somebody I'm rushing out to hear new music from or I'm going to support right now. But you're right. He's still Justin Timberlake. He'll drop another album, he'll go platinum. He'll probably be back on Saturday Night Live hosting again. It's not like he's going to suffer whatsoever. But I mean, that's how this shit goes.
Yeah,
that's the way love goes.
That's the way. That's the way.
Yo, J-Lo in that video. Damn.
Fact. Big fact. It really is just a bullshit concept that she was the one to really take the fall. And you feel bad for Britney. You really do. But she crossed that Kevin Federer line. You don't cross the Federer line.
She just got
Yo, he beat John Cena, so what are you gonna do?
They just got rid of her conservatorship though. Today.
Whoa, that actually happened?
That happened?
Yeah, that actually happened. So her dad's out. Jamie Spears is out. I guess they didn't get rid of the conservatorship. They got rid of those two, and then the next step would be to eliminate the conservatorship completely and let her make her own financial and business decisions.
All right. So Zoe 102 coming soon.
Because I think I think it's been since 07, 08 that they took over her.
Sounds about right. Yeah. It's been a while. I didn't know that that was an update.
Wow.
Good for her.
I guess I was more prepared than I thought I was.
Here's gonna be the awful thing if she gets it all back and then it's a complete disaster.
But see, that's funny because we'll judge her in that, but it was like, yo, Hammer lost a lot of fucking money in his own.
Yeah,
I mean, Jay-Z had a nice line about that. Everyone does, of course, but
he also tried to kill third base. So I mean,
allegedly,
according to MC Search, anyway.
Yeah.
So speaking of falls from grace,
a lot of people shit their money away, are billionaires, and then they just they just lose all their money, But I mean, is there a reason why, they attacked her, and they're saying she's crazy?
I don't know, Carla. Is there?
Shit? How many other people do crazy shit and they just let them live their lives? Like if it's just a regular old white dude, they let them do what the fuck they want.
Because it's not Britney Spears.
Right? People let Nicolas Cage keep his money. He's fucking batshit crazy.
And we love him for it.
Yeah, but nobody's trying to conserve him. They're just letting him do what he does.
Hold on a second. That motherfucker got paid, God knows how much money, to not have to memorize any line of a script.
Yeah.
Probably shot for about 3 days and then fucking took his check and went home. God bless Nicolas Cage.
I don't write the script writes me.
I don't write the script.
I don't read the script reads me.
That's fucking hysterical. That Willy's Wonderland was real bad. Real bad.
Yeah. It's fucking awful.
Real bad. But
I mean, you call the movie, let's be real.
You have a point. We reward some people for being batshit insane and other people and maybe a lot
Kanye was on the fucking ballot for president. We reward certain people some shit and others we don't. It's
so was Donald Trump. He became one.
I don't talk about that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're a celebrity obsessive society that makes some bizarre fucking decisions.
Mike,
right.
Tyson.
Like,
Did
what?
anyone see the ABC?
I did not. So, give us the.
Yeah,
You watched it?
I did. Yeah, ABC.
What do we got?
ABC decided to put out I'm not sure how many parts it is, but the first episode, it's only going to be 2? It makes sense.
It's a 4-hour thing, yeah.
Gotcha, yeah. So the first 2 hours, just the other night, The Knockout. It's a Mike Tyson documentary on ABC Channel 7. DVR it, check it out, find out wherever it is. You're going to get the vanilla rundown of essentially the start of Michael Tyson's career. There's not too much meat to it. I mean, there's maybe 1 or 2 things that I didn't know. As far as like his upbringing, I knew he came from Brooklyn, but how hard he really had it. They give you a very basic rundown of the start of Mike Tyson's career, his rise to being the world champion, and they mildly get into just before the real fall. That's basically going to be the first episode of it. Everything with him and
So right up to when Customato dies, basically.
And beyond. Like
yes.
we get to his Customato, his essentially father figure in his life and his trainer.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, watch the documentary. It's you'll get a good basic rundown of the career of Mike Tyson up until shit hit the fan for him. Including the crazy fucking interview with him and his wife. Robin Givens.
Yes.
And I mean, they leave a little bit of room for you to take a side, I suppose, between the two of them, and that's fair. I guess it's a fair way of ABC doing that for them. But you're gonna get a decent look into the early life of Mike Tyson through the height of his boxing career. And the second part is I can't wait for the fucking roller coaster. Because you're just starting to see his literal breakdown. No tattoo on his face yet. Hasn't gone to prison. No. But the first episode, first of the 2, it was good. I would say definitely check it out. I mean, you're gonna get the basic rundown.
And I will never in a million years forget watching him lose to Buster Douglas.
They do that on the first episode as well, and it's incredible. It definitely has elements of the Great White Hype behind it. If you remember that with Samuel L. Jackson, David Wayans, what a genius, and
Peter Berg.
Yep,
so good, man.
Oh, fucking.
Where you going, head looking like a half-sucked milk dud? One of my favorite fucking lines in a movie ever.
Yeah.
Laugh and the whole world laughs with you. Cry and I'll give you something to cry about, you little shit. So far so good, but again, you're not going to catch anything crazy off of a Channel 7 documentary.
Right. Yeah. I felt it was a little too much Wikipedia at points. I mean, like I know the story back and forth, and like I went into because I was hearing compared to The Last Dance, the great Chicago Bulls thing that's now available on Netflix. Yeah, which I should never expect anything that nature. No. But then again, I thought it was how many parts going to be, and I found it's going to be 2 part 2 hours each. It's like, okay, I can't really get too much into it. When they actually do get to one day, and this is not going to be ABC, but one day when somebody actually puts together a comprehensive look at Mike Tyson, that's going to be an amazing watch for me. This is decent. It was better than anything else on TV that night, but I needed something, one that I didn't already know, but 2 was compelling enough for me to tune in next week. And this just didn't grab me. It's not bad, but if you're a fan, you already know these stories. Plus, it'd be nice to actually look at that gray area of Tyson, because I love him as a boxer. I love who he is today, but there's a period of life that needs to be looked at.
Yeah. And they tread that
once
line.
Once he punched Robin Givens.
Well, that's the beginning. That's just the beginning.
I mean, at one point he slugged her, but it was a lot of swinging. It was a lot of pushing and shoving and shaking and
whatever it is. She took it better than Mitch Blood Green.
But no.
Am I wrong?
Didn't he say the hardest punch he ever threw was At her?
I think so. Oh, yeah, I think so.
Not according to ABC.
According to ABC.
Well, according to Mike Tyson, he beat the shit out of her.
She looks great.
He really did.
So,
Oh,
but yeah, I would
man.
definitely check it out. Find out when they're playing the first episode again if you haven't seen it.
I'm
Definitely
sure
catch
it's on
both.
demand right now.
That's
Yeah.
some great primetime whitewashing. So what happened? I beat the shit out of her. So you shook her up a little. I know I beat the shit out of her. So you just shook her up a little bit. Like, no, I beat the holy living shit out of her. I'm hearing you. You shook her up a little bit. Got it.
He hit her
Look,
so
we're only up
hard
to
that
1990 right now. We got to give it a minute. He'll finally get there.
he hit her so hard that Billy Connolly had to take over at head of the class.
She was a star.
Wow.
I mean,
Not wrong, but wow. Okay. Jesus Christ.
he's not the great. He wasn't the great. Listen, I'm glad that it seems to have gotten better. He went through a lot. Obviously, a rough childhood. Cuss being the father figure and him dying at a young age.
The beginning of the end.
That was the beginning of the end. Don King getting involved in his life.
Him and one of his promoters, Jim Jacobs, dying like almost back to back, and then suddenly having no direction whatsoever to go. Because I mean, you literally grew up with everybody leading you down the road to figure out where you need to go.
And you're having everything in life thrown at you, right? All this adulation, all this money, everything in excess.
Worked his ass off to get where he got, and the kindness of his train. Again, watch it because me personally, not knowing much of the past of Mike Tyson, only seeing what I've seen, on the news. Seeing where he's come from and just the success that he has as a boxer early on in his career to be youngest fucking world champion ever, basically, right?
Yes.
Jim's like, is this the same guy that solves those mysteries? What's I don't understand.
Look, he fights Donnie Yen. Guy's got a tattoo on his face.
I love that entire movie, by the way.
What a character. I do too.
I absolutely love that entire movie.
Yeah, Hitman 3 is really good.
It's so bad.
It's good.
Okay. Sure it is.
It's not great. It's good.
When does the second one air?
Was that Tuesday night?
Yeah, Tuesday. Yep.
I think it's Tuesday, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if they're fluffing it like A&E's doing to the wrestling biographies.
Yeah.
The weirdest juxtaposition that I've seen, and I know we're running out of time, but the weirdest juxtaposition I've seen as far as like stuff like that is now I don't watch wrestling anymore. I haven't watched wrestling in probably 20 years. Back when it was popular, the Attitude Era or whatever. I love watching the wrestling documentaries because like it's people watching. Like this is a train wreck, and you like to see the train wreck behind what you were watching in your youth.
Right.
So watching these A&E biographies, the Piper one was heartfelt. It was great, but it kind of only scratched the surface. Like a lot of these are fluff pieces, but it's A&E biography, so I understand that. Watching the Ultimate Warrior one, and then watching the Dark Side of the Ring Ultimate Warrior thing. Now, Carla, I don't know, you probably don't give a shit about wrestling. Did you watch wrestling growing up?
When I was little, like really little, like when it was still like
WWF.
Yeah.
Right, so you know who the Ultimate Warrior is. Okay. Yeah, so A&E's been doing wrestling biographies. One of the biographies they did was the Ultimate Warrior. And while it wasn't a complete fluff piece, they really didn't do enough to emphasize the fact that this guy lost his fucking mind for a while and was a total piece of shit to everybody.
Yeah.
Because he believed his own bullshit. The Dark Side of the Ring that they did was really, really good. And kind of hit home because it ends with the fact that this guy, the Ultimate Warrior, comes out after being inducted into the Hall of Fame after having years of strife and being banned from the WWFE, whatever you want to fucking call it. Comes back, inducted in the Hall of Fame, comes out the next night, gives a heartfelt speech, 12 hours later, he's walking to his cab, drops dead of a massive heart attack.
Yep.
Yeah. It was really, really well done on Dark Side of the Ring. And by the way, every single season now of this show, Dark Side of the Ring, has been fucking incredible. Even if it's some wrestling shit that I don't know a lot of it because I'm fucking watch it. But just watching how well the documentaries are, like these Dark Side of the Rings, they're fucking fit. I mean, you don't have to be a wrestling fan to watch the Owen Hart one because you know what happens there. Yes, he fucking plunged to his death. His head hit a turnbuckle from dropping from the ceiling, pretty much. The crippler crossface, fucking
Chris Benoit.
The Benoit one was a two-parter. You know what happened with Chris Benoit, right, Carla?
Yeah.
Killed his wife and his kid. Yep. The fact that they go into in that he was then Googling the next day stories from the Bible on how to resurrect your dead child.
Yeah.
Before he decided to kill himself was absolutely gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
This
ACT.
show. Yeah, exactly. This show consistently hits. I've watched the Nick Gage one.
Yeah.
A couple of times. Great. They're all very, very well done. But watch Dark Side of the Ring. It's on Vice Network. They're very, very good. You don't have to like wrestling. It's just great people watching for an hour.
Yeah.
But the biographies are
If you know nothing, it's a good start.
Well, I think it's strange. Like, if you're a fan, because that's pretty much what they are for, you already know everything you're going to get from them.
Right.
But it is kind of nice to sit in front of TV and watch a shit. But yeah, the Dark Side, I introduced that to my girlfriend last season, and she looked at me like, yo, this is a really great show, but I hate watching it because I fucking feel depressed afterwards. These are depressing fucking... Well, professional wrestling is not fun. Not fun. And it's fucking depressing. But
they're glorified carnies. Like, they just travel. The sideshow travels from city to city.
Yeah.
They don't take care of their people. It's their people don't take care of themselves.
That too.
It's, listening to the Ultimate Warrior's ex-wife say, wrestling wives, if they don't hear from their husbands for a day or two, they start to panic because there's only two options. Either they're with another woman or they're dead. So, it was like, wow. But watch them. They're pretty good, even if you don't like wrestling. And forget the
someone whose husband was often with another woman. I think I would have preferred dead, but that's just me.
I mean,
I hear you.
That's not acting in good faith now, Carl. Kindler, gentler.
Hey, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Check out all the shows on ghostradio.com, including Domestic Disturbance.
No, you can't follow that. You're not following that whatsoever. Well, we all will be back next week, I believe. Carla's going to give us her review of The Burning Bed. No, Carla is going to watch A Quiet Place 2.
Too real? Was that too real?
No.
That's a little real.
No. We're all about people stop being polite.
That's great.
You think you know, but you have no idea.
True story.
7 strangers.
It's been fun, Kev.
Of 5 people who tolerate each other and do an internet radio show.
By next week, I'll have the burning flames for everybody's Windows graphics ready.
See what happens when people stop doing show prep and start
getting real.
On the next Films on Tap.
Oh yeah, Amazon bought MGM.
Yeah, we We did, yeah. We
And
didn't.
then got a
Also,
government
that happened.
refund for the failed space program.
Yes. Amazon spent a boatload of money to buy another. It's really becoming a conglomerate. We're all going to be. It really is turning into
Basic cable.
the Brando of the world.
Once again, basic cable, get on fucking ball. This
Please.
is your opportunity right now.
Please
Come back.
Please do that.
Lower price.
The French own
Perfect
Cablevision
opportunity.
now, so come on, do something.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
Wow.
You got your Wi-Fi?
That good stuff.
Fix my Wi-Fi. Let's go.
What,
Hey,
now,
we're all sober.
well,
I'm
Mark,
drinking tea. I'm drinking tea again.
Water.
all right.
9.8
Thank you.
Imperial Porter.
Thank you, Govs Radio. Check out, go to Govs, watch the shows on govsradio.com, please. Check out the swag on Govs Radio. Share the shows on Govs Radio. God damn it. You know, we enjoy doing this. We hope if there's anybody watching that you tell another person. That would be fucking nice. 3 of the 4 of us right here are on a show called Shut Up Stupid. And Shut Up Stupid, actually, Jim's been on Shut Up Stupid too, so 4 out of the 4. But 3 of us will be doing a Shut Up Stupid stand-up show at McGuire's June 25th. You can go to govs.com for tickets. It will be very funny. Kev coming back into the fold after a long time. It's going to be fucking super fun, so get your tickets, please. Do it right away because it will go quickly. And yeah, man, we'll be back next week with Chris. We're going to talk Army of the Dead next week. We're going to talk Quiet Place 2.
Handmaid's Tale? Are we talking that?
What was that?
Are we doing Handmaid's Tale? Not
I
yet?
would have liked to talk about. I definitely want to talk about that next week because I think Chris watches because that is getting utterly ridiculous.
Getting weird.
From as ridiculous as it was, it's now getting utterly fucking ridiculous. So, but I'm still watching. So it is what it is. Anyway,
it's not as rapey anymore, though. That's fun.
Wow.
We have to go. I'm going to chime in more.
Into that note.
We'll see you next week.
I love you guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching Films on Tap. We'll be back live every Friday night from 9 to 10:30 and catch all of our previous shows on demand right here on govsradio.com. You can also tune in next time using the Boxcast app to watch us on your phone, tablet, or TV streaming device as well. Check out our featured band Playing Dead on Facebook and Spotify for more of their music, and be sure to subscribe to Films on Tap with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for any upcoming events, comedy shows, movie reviews, and additional content. And again, thanks for watching. Cheers.